Hello, everyone. It's Miss Jai again here with another linking lesson. And today's lesson is lesson 2, healthy snacking. Okay. And today, basically, we're going to be talking about the amount of foods in our common snacks. Okay. And so by the end of the lesson, hopefully you will have an increased knowledge of how different items can add a lot of fat and calories to our foods. Okay. And we want to make sure that we help you all improve your snack choice behavior so that way you take in less fat, okay? And we want to also encourage you all to consume snacks that are lower in fat, okay? So that's the whole point of this lesson today. And remember that our lessons are presented by the Detroit Healthy Youth Initiative Program in Wayne State University. All right, are we ready? Okay, let's get started. Okay, I can go to the next slide and we can get started. Okay, so let's see here. We have our poster here today, fat when more is less, okay? And looking at this poster, what do you think the theme of this poster is? I kind of already said it in the title, but like I said, what do you think the theme of this poster is? All right, so if you're thinking that some foods are high in fat and some foods are low in fat, then you're kind of on the right track, okay? Now, as I said before, looking at this poster, can you find some foods that you eat on here, okay? I want to take 60 seconds and I want you all to jot down the foods or common foods that you guys eat or common snacks that you guys like to eat, okay? And then we're going to kind of go deeper into the conversation. All right, so I'm giving you guys 60 seconds. Ready? And go. Okay, so I hope everybody took the time and jotted down some snacks that they like to eat or some snacks that they see on here that they like to eat, okay? And so now that you have identified snacks that you're kind of familiar with, we're gonna kind of, like I said, we're gonna dive in and really discuss this stuff, okay? So once again, fat, when more is less, okay? And so this poster basically shows 8 comparisons of different snacks. And we're gonna actually go through each box to kind of go over which snack is high in fat, which snack is, I said snack, which snack is lower in fat, okay? So please follow along, okay? And I want you all to be thinking as we're going through that remember that larger amounts of foods can have less fat than smaller amounts of food, okay? So just keep that little thought in mind as we go through this, okay? All right, box 1. Now, first we have a whole bagel with jelly, and then we also have an eighth of a bagel with a half a teaspoon of cream cheese, a regular cream cheese, all right? Both of these are equal to 1 gram of fat. Now, with that being said, which one do you think is higher in fat? Y'all ready for the answer? Okay. If you thought that the smaller piece of bagel was higher in fat, then you were correct. Okay. So I want you all to kind of look at that and understand that the reason why the whole bagel with jelly is less in fat and the small piece of bagel with cream cheese is higher in fat is because they're both equal to 1 gram of fat. And as you can see that the whole bagel, you're getting more for less, right? Whole point of this whole presentation, more is less. And so in this case, we're getting more to eat or a larger amount, but with less fat, okay? And then of course, we know things like cream cheese are high in fat, okay? All right, box 2. Now we have 2 French fries from a fast food restaurant, and we also have 2 whole baked potatoes with parsley. Now, these are not your fancy baked potatoes when we, you know, how we like to load it up with the cream cheese. I mean, not cream cheese, with the sour cream and the cheese and the bacon bits and all that stuff. No, no, no. We don't have none of that on there. Just two plain baked potatoes with parsley, a little bit of garnish. Okay. And both of those equal a half a gram of fat. Now, with that being said, which one do you think is higher in fat? Y'all ready for the answer? Okay, so the two French fries are actually higher in fat than two whole baked potatoes. And I know you guys are sitting here thinking like, what, Miss Jai, how is that possible? That's because the two French fries, it's only two French fries. Those are a half a gram of fat, right? Are we just gonna eat two French fries? No, we're gonna get a small, medium, or large fry, which is gonna have a plethora of fries in them. And if two are equaling a half a gram of fat, that just doubles or triples or quadruples or whatever. Okay. Versus our two baked potatoes, two whole baked potatoes, which equal a half a gram of fat. And that means that they equal a half a gram of fat, which means that we're still getting more for less. Okay. And so and most of the time we're not going to eat two baked potatoes. No, we usually eat about one, right? But we are going to eat more than two French fries. See how that adds up real fast? Okay. All right, box number 3. We have 40 baby carrots. We also have one corn chip. Now, both of these equal 1 gram of fat. So the question is, which one is lower in fat? All right, if you guessed the 40 baby carrots, then you are correct. The 40 baby carrots are lower in fat, okay? And so I want you all to understand why they're lower in fat, because you have 40 baby carrots that equal to a gram of fat. And then you have one corn chip, which is also equal to a gram of fat, right? Now, if we had 40 corn chips, how many grams of fat would that be? It'll be 40 grams of fat, right? Versus 40 baby carrots, which already equal only 1 gram of fat. So that's why they're lower in fat, because you're getting more, once again, for less. Okay? All right, box number 4. So we have 2.86 cups of Airpopped popcorn. And then we also have 2 nacho chips. Both of these equal 0.86 grams of fat. So as I said before, which one do you think is higher in fat? Right. Our 2 nacho chips are higher in fat. Well, why? Why, Miss Jai? That's because the 2 nacho chips are equal to 0.86 grams of fat, right? Are we just going to eat 2 nacho chips? No, we're going to eat the whole bag. And so, once again, that fat content, what? Multiplies versus 2.86 cups of Airpopped popcorn, which also equals 0.86 grams of fat. And as you can see, it's a whole bowl of popcorn, and we're probably just going to eat that just one bowl. And so once again, we're getting more for less. We're getting more food, but with less fat. Okay. All right. Box number 5. Now we have 1 ounce of potato chips. So as you can see on a little plate, looks like about a handful, maybe a little less than a handful. And then we have 10 ounces of pretzels. Both of these equal 10 grams of fat. Now, which one is higher in fat? Hopefully you guys are starting to catch the concept. Right, if you guessed the potato chips, then you were correct. The potato chips are higher in fat. And once again, why? That's because it's a smaller amount and you're getting it's a smaller amount of food, but it's higher in fat because it's a smaller amount of food, right? Are we just gonna settle for that little, that's probably maybe 10 chips, like a nice little handful of chips? Are we just gonna eat a handful of chips? No. But are we gonna eat 10 ounces of pretzels? Probably not, right? But both of these equal 10 grams of fat. And so we may not even consume the entire 10 ounces of pretzels. So we may not even eat them. So we're not even consuming the whole 10 grams of fat. But that 1 ounce of potato chips, we're gonna eat that for sure. And then we're consuming 10 grams of fat. So that's why it's higher in fat. Okay? Does that make sense? Hopefully we're catching on. Okay, box number 6. All right, here we have a 1 caramel nut nougat candy bar. Okay, catch my drift. And then we also have 28 red licorice twists, and both of these equal 15 grams of fat. Now, once again, which one is higher in fat? Right. The caramel nut nougat candy bar is higher in fat. Why? Because it's only 1 candy bar and it equals 15 grams of fat versus 28 licorice that also equals 15 grams of fat, right? Now, are we going to eat that whole candy bar? Probably so. Are we going to eat 28 licorice? It's kind of unlikely unless you just really like licorice. But you're still getting more for less. You're still getting more food with the licorice, but for less amount of fat versus you eating 1 candy bar that also equals that 15 grams of fat. Okay. Hope I'm not losing anybody. Okay. If I am, hope I apologize. All right. Just try to keep up though. Let's keep going. Box 7, right? Okay. Now we got a couple different things on this in this box. So we have A through E, okay? So A is cream, regular cream for your coffee. Then we have B, which is half and half. It's 2 half and halves, little containers of half and half. Then C, right here, that's whole milk, okay? Then D is low-fat milk, okay? And then E, this gallon right here, is fat-free milk or skim milk, okay? And all 5 of these items equal 2.73 grams of fat. Now, with that being said, which one is lower in fat? If you guys thought that the fat-free milk, gallon of fat-free milk is lower in fat, then you were correct, okay? And I want you all to understand why, right? Now we have this, as you can see, if we look at A, right? A is just looks like maybe a drop or 2 of cream, right, on a little spoon. That is 2.73 grams of fat. That is a lot of fat in this small little amount of cream, right? Versus the gallon of fat-free milk, okay? Then you also have these 2 half and half right here. That's also 2.73 grams of fat, right? Still very small amounts of fat, small amounts of food, but it still has a lot. It's technically a lot of fat for those 2 small little containers of half and half. Then C and D are our whole milk and low fat milk. Now the C is probably about maybe a 4th cup, looks like a 4th cup of whole milk. That is 2.73 grams of fat, right? It's still a small amount for it to be 2.73 grams of fat versus a whole gallon of fat-free milk that is also 2.73 grams of fat. So are we kind of seeing that? Are we kind of understanding what's going on here? I want you all to see that truly there are some items out here that you can get more of, but for less fat and less calories versus a lot of other items that are smaller in amount, but it has way more fat and calories in it, okay? All right. And then box 8, last box. Now, here we have 133 oranges. And then we also have 1 chocolate covered donut. Now, both of these equal 21 grams of fat. Can somebody tell me which one is higher in fat? If you were thinking, or if you shouted at the computer that the 1 chocolate covered donut is higher in fat, then you are correct, okay? And why is that? Because just that 1 donut is 21 grams of fat versus 133 oranges that is also 21 grams of fat. Now, are we gonna eat 133 oranges? No. Are we gonna consume 1 chocolate covered donut? Yes, okay. So do we see why that's higher in fat? Because we're consuming that small amount and we're getting so much fat just from that small amount versus 133 oranges that, that have the same amount of fat in them, okay? Does that kind of make sense? Are we kind of following along with that, okay? Hopefully I didn't lose anybody, but let's keep going. All right. So moving forward, it is important to basically understand that many items that we even add to our food, not just the food that we eat, but the items that we add to our food can also contribute to our fat intake. Okay. And so with that being said, thinking about it, what are actually some some items that we add to our food? I'm going to give you guys 30 seconds and just write down your answers. What are some items that we add to our food? Okay, ready? Go. Okay, so hopefully everybody was able to jot that down. If you were still writing, keep writing, is fine, because like I said, we're going to keep going and we're going to go over some. So the question is, what are some items that we add to food? Here are some examples of items we add to food. Okay, got butter. Yes, we add. I know a lot of people add butter. I know. We add butter to everything, right? Regular mayo, right? Ranch dressing, and of course, cream cheese, okay? So looking at these items are usually low in nutrients and high in fat, okay? We want you to understand that there are other options out there, okay? You should be able to try lower fat options like fat-free ranch or fat-free cream cheese or even mustard, right? Right? Giving it some ideas, okay? And don't get me wrong, I want you all to understand that fat is essential. Okay, our bodies do need fat. We need fat. It is important. Fat is important for our bodies because it aids different functions in our body. But this poster and this lesson shows you that fat can add up really fast. Okay, so we want to be very careful with the fat content and a lot of things that we add to our food, because that fat can add up really fast. Okay. And so remember, as I said before, that fat can add up really fast. So we have to be mindful when we consume foods, especially during snack time. Okay, snack time is also an important time for us to try to eat healthy as well. Okay, we want to avoid high fat add-ons such as regular ranch dressing or mayo or cream cheese. Okay. And so thinking about the snacks that you eat throughout the day, I want you all to think, are most of them high in fat or are most of them low in fat? And could you replace the ones that are high in fat with healthier choices like fruits and vegetables? Okay. And that kind of sums up our lesson here. But I also have some ideas. I have some fun, healthy snacks that the whole family can try, that the whole family can enjoy, just to give you some ideas of some different snacks that you can kind of do that, or healthier options besides the snacks that we tend to consume. Okay. And so the first snack on here we have is a strawberry spinach salad, okay? And it's really easy. The ingredients, you have 6 ounces of baby spinach leaves, and you rinse them and dry them. You have 1 pint of strawberries, fresh. You want to thinly slice them, as you can see in the picture, and you want to remove the top. Also, a half a cup of onion, thinly sliced, as well as a half a cup of vinaigrette bottled. It could be balsamic or raspberry or whatever vinaigrette or whatever dressing you would like. But vinaigrettes are usually low and are usually healthier options, okay? And then also 2 teaspoons of sugar. And all you do here is you just mix in a small mixing bowl, you just stir together the salad dressing and the sugar at first until the sugar dissolves. And then in a larger bowl, you toss the spinach, the strawberries, and the onions, and you just drizzle the dressing on top and you just toss the coat. Something real easy, real light. And it sounds like a very nice salad. And guess what? It has fruits, it has vegetables in it, and it's really good, and it's filling, and it's a healthier option than grabbing a bag of chips or some candy or things like that. Okay. All right. And then another option I have here, or another recipe that I have here, is apple wraps. real fun to make. And so you just have 1 large apple, 2 medium ripe bananas, 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, excuse me, and then you get 2 whole wheat tortillas. And here what you're going to do is you're going to rinse and cut the apples in half lengthwise, and then you remove the stems and cut out the core, of course. Don't peel. You don't want to peel it though. And then after that, you just you want to lay the halves flat side down, and then you're going to cut them into thick slices, and then you're going to cut the slices into cubes. All right, and then you peel the banana, and then in a medium bowl you're going to use your fingers to break up the banana. You can use a fork too to mash up the pieces until it's basically creamy or creamy or smooth. And then you add the peanut butter to the mashed banana, and then you stir until it's blended very well. Then you want to spread the peanut butter mixture over one side of the tortilla, okay? And then you just sprinkle, or you place your diced apples over the peanut butter, and you want to roll the tortilla up tight, right? And after you do that, you just cut that in half, and you put it in the refrigerator to let it chill, and then you're just ready to serve it. And then guess what? You can serve it for up to 24 hours, okay? So that's really awesome too, all right? And so that just brings us to the end of our lesson today. And I have a healthy homework. And as I said before, thinking about the foods and the snacks that you guys consume, are they high in fat or are they low in fat, okay? And thinking about, could you replace the ones that are high in fat with a healthier option? And that's what the healthy homework for this week is. I want you all to replace a high fat snack with a low fat one. Very simple, very easy. I just gave you 2 examples of something that 2 snacks that you can already replace, that you can use. So just keep that in mind, thinking about those things, okay? So as I said before, that healthy snacking is important. Snacking is essential, but snack time is a good time to always eat healthy, okay? We don't want to just focus on breakfast, lunch, and dinner and by eating healthy with those meals. We want to also make sure that when we're snacking, that we're also thinking about healthy options and trying to make the healthiest choice possible, okay? Are we good with that? All right, well, that sums up lesson 2. Ms. Jai is signing off. Okay. And once again, stay safe, stay healthy. And I look forward to bringing you another linking lesson. All right. All right, guys. See you later.